Everybody, welcome back. We're doing another Marvel Future Revolution video. We're gonna be talking about some what to do's right now. And for me in particular, you know what? I'm looking to share some things and also ask for some things. Where are you guys at in the game? What are you currently working on? I know for me, I'm at this like interesting spot where I'm like, well, I could use more stuff here, but I can't really get it that well unless I spend a buku bucks or RNG situation. So I'm trying to farm some things, patiently wait. Black Friday obviously gave us a whole lot of good offers in game, so that spoiled me a little bit there. So I'm trying to pick and choose when I get those, but also trying to find ways to farm. So let me know what you're working for in game, how you're building up your character. I'm going to look at a couple of things, including one of the crafting events. I was thinking about that some, and then look at the different dynamics that I've got in game and where to focus, for me at least. Again, let me know what you think as I go through this, where I should focus as well, or maybe if I'm missing something. If you're new to the channel, check out the Discord link in the description below. Hammer down like buttons, click notification bells, subscribe, all that sort of thing. Share with your aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, cousins, all that stuff. Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, all right, let's check it out.
Bring me WolverThor!
So one of the things I try to do, pretty often or every day is I always try to craft. I'm always hoping to get, just a little bit more gear. The problem being is that you can see I've got 78 sin particles left. Not a ton, but not a few. So I'll do anywhere from really 1 to 5 of these. I like to do 5 a day if I can, but I run out. So, oh, look at that. That's exactly why I do that. Yay. You know what? So, regional gear, right? So I want to get that for, depending if I've nanoed a piece or whatever, or if I'm planning on bringing it up, but I also use it for Nanowing. So I'm constantly doing that. So super happy to get that, really random. And then I'll just go through here and maybe do a few a day. I'm not going to do one now. I did the 3. That's something I'm consistently trying to focus on. This one, is interesting. So I was debating not doing these holiday lucky boxes a little bit. I think they're decent. When I look through it, it was, they're so much more expensive versus these. Now, when you do these, if you haven't done them yet, first off, you've only got 2 days left. Second, whoever you open them on, you make sure it's the tune that you might want to get something on. You can certainly transmute, etc. if you get, a costume or card, but the fact that it's regional, it's like, you might just want to make sure you're on the tune you want to open it. Because as soon as you click open or craft, it crafts it right then. You don't get a box, you just get the thing. So, but these were so expensive, I was kind of like, man, I don't know. And I talked about this in another video, but the fact that there was regional in here, that was where I really sort of just, I don't know. I figured, you know what, let's just roll the dice. I didn't end up getting anything that I really was excited about. You can tell most of the higher percentages here are, these, regular pieces of gear, but it's not anything that I'm really going to call home about. So, but it's good. The chance to get regional, you're always going to try to do it. So I absolutely encourage it, and again, I got a Cersei drop there as well. So, I already have her a little bit. I would have loved someone like maybe Icarus, but anyway, so for that, the other opposite thing that you would look at is this holiday supply box. So you're looking at 2 to 3 stars versus, 3 to 5. So, or a 1 to 3 companion. I'd rather have the 3 to 5 than 2 to 3, frankly, because you're going to get 3 of the other one. Granted, this is only 210, and what's this? 1400, or I'm sorry, 2021. That's funny. I remember now. This is just 210. So, it is much more expensive to get this versus this one, but as you look at this again, it's 2 to 3 star, and it's not. There's no regional in this. So this is something that you could certainly be doing right now. I went with this for now. I don't think, maybe I'll get the other one. I don't know. I got to go through and look at my events. That's the other part of this. You always, if you get to a point where like, what should I be working on? What should I be working on? Go check through these. We were given a hard time to one of our alliance mates last night. I won't mention the person's name necessarily, but they hadn't gone through some of these and looked at them to see. Now, again, it's not a ton of stuff, and sometimes people aren't going to necessarily go look for these for maybe 1,000 crystals or something. But anybody who's trying to stay free to play or cheap to play, absolutely you got to go through here and do this, right? Look through these, make sure you've done them all. You can see I've done all that. Holiday crafting event I just looked at. Now I can still get some of these, right? So I've got a whole bunch of training guards that I've got to do, right? Now I'm going to hit this, well, I'll use my tickets to go do this to make sure that I get these final 3 and then get another box to do that actually. So make sure that, because I've just been doing my 3 hours, so, you know, we're going to hit reset and this is going to be gone and I'm going to lose out on 1,500 of these. Well, I don't want that to happen, right? So this one, again, that's already there. So anyway, you just want to go in here and check out what events they've got going in. And I'm actually really happy I did this too, because frankly, I needed to go see that I had this here so that I remembered to do it. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to look at my character, say, all right, well, how many more hours do I have of training grounds, right? So it's, what's it, 10 tickets or 10 minutes per ticket there. So I've got a bunch that I've got to spend, right? So go spend them. So I'm going to go in there, make sure that I get those kind of done and used, so that I can try to hit that max. And then if I'm short, I'll absolutely go in and double check to make sure that I can't buy any offers, because I do want to get that last thing and to get that box, right? From there, the main thing that you want to look at. So I first off, mega cards, mega cards. You want to look at, you know, where you're at with these. I highly encourage a PvE versus PvP versus PvE set. So anything you're going to be fighting other players versus thing that you're using for bosses. So I'm getting pretty decent here with my cards. They're not great. The rarity's not great, you know, and the dynamic I talk about with a lot of people is you might have something decent here, and if you shift something over here, that means this something might drop here. But you kind of need to it's like climbing a ladder. You know, you climb up, but this one's now lower. All right, well, now you got to bring this one up higher. All right, well, now this one's lower. Now you got to bring this one higher. You know, and you're just going through the motions where, you know, you're bringing a different one up higher and higher while another one drops. So you got to keep that mentality as you're going through here. I'm currently saving my card tickets. I think you could see that, you know, where are my draws at? Yeah, I've got draws saved up. I've been hoarding crystals like crazy. I'm just waiting for like a good opportunity to spend them on something in game. My power is not super big, but let's find my character here. Let's see what I got. That's my invasion stuff. So I'm 1-3 with whatever card set I last put in. You know, when I'm looking at stats, I'd love to get attack higher, accuracy, of course, dodge rate, of course. Defense pierce is pretty high. This must be my PvP set. I'd love higher damage. You know, there's the new hotness is becoming crit damage decrease, but I can't necessarily go after that without some other things kind of falling into place as well. So as I look at all these, I'm just trying to find as pieces. If I get like a crit damage piece, but I lose another critical aspect, you know, maybe PvP damage decrease, you know, I got to weigh that, right? So I want to build all those things up sort of together. You know, the other part of this is, you know, bringing the nanos up. You know, I want to mention this because this got brought up to me after the video that I did on Nanowing the other day. So I nanoed this to get the 1 extra stat. It's defense 130. But when I was like, hey, it's easier to nano now, what I didn't realize was how expensive it is to actually combine a nano into a non-nano. And I don't think I have any pieces of gear that I can show you guys how to do this, but it is a critical thing. Yeah, I could. All right, so I'm going to show this real quick. Shout out to my buddy Legacy here. All right, so I'm talking about nanoing, right? So when you're nanoing here, you know, you want to pick a costume. What am I going to do? I want to select this. You know, it's going to cost something to do it, right? So it's looking at 45 convergium, 400,000 gold. When I want to roll something in to an already nanoed piece, it is very different. So let's go to this chest. Let's bring it over. So you can see, now it should cost a little bit, but the way it actually works, so now you can see it goes up dramatically. So if I'm taking, it's a 1.3 million gold and 150 convergium, which is already, you know, a huge bottleneck. So instead of, you know, what we think is just like, all right, I'm just going to do one more star on this thing, which is 45 and 400. It's triple that because I've already done it 3 times. So it's basically like just rolling it all up. Like everything you did doesn't matter anymore. So it's super frustrating. I don't really like that. So something to think about as you're sort of doing that. I mentioned it the other day. That was something you should be building towards. you know, I clearly didn't fully understand what those costs were. You know, I'm already going to pay for it myself so that, you know, when I do it, it's sort of like, you know, I did it here and I wasn't ready to do this necessarily. I'm like, well, I got 2 crit damage decrease. It's not bad, you know, but I really got to think about that. You know what I mean? So I was all gun ho, you know, it doesn't matter as much anymore, but now it's like, wait. You don't want to double the cost of that, especially with Convergium. So as you're doing that, keep that in mind. The badge hunting, that is what it is. One of the things that I've mentioned for invasions before, I've sort of slowed up on really trying to grind those. They don't drop very well, but you know, it is nice to try to rank high up in that. The things that I'm really focusing on, like I said, cards, nanoing gear. Do what you can, do some of the dailies, try to have fun in the game, find different things to build yourself up. Companions, right now, honestly, like they are a grind. Be patient with that. I like building them up, but I mean, you can see the most I have is 4 stars on 2. That's just, I think I bought one offer for each and then just got some other stuff naturally to it. The rest of these, like, nope. And I'm not going to level these up until I get these. I mean, because you're not going to use in these other ones, right? So you can get them for their, you know, collection stats. After that, who cares? Like, you don't need to build them up anymore. I mean, this one maybe for when you get it to 5-star, but it's going to take so much to get it to 5-star. I'm going to make sure that all my rares or my specials are at that level as well. So these are the sort of things I'm focusing on. If I've got any sort of character or any alts left, I'm definitely sort of leveling those to make sure that I've got all of it sort of taken care of so I don't have to stress about it anymore. You know, I highly recommend, though, being patient with your stuff. Another one of our alliance mates I was talking about was thinking about swapping some things around. And it was sort of like, wait a minute. Are you going to think about that before you do it? Because we're not really sure if that's going to actually be the next meta, if it's going to be a good meta. We got to think it through, and you're going to potentially not get what you want there. So think about what you're doing there before you necessarily do it. And luckily for now, the alliance member and anybody else we've talked to about it hasn't gone down that path. Do we make sure it's sort of there? So, but biggest thing, Omega cards, bring these things up, play around with them. Some of the cards that I've got, you can see I've got several Black Widows. I've got this 5, I've got this 4, and I've got another Black Widow. I'm going to try to build these up. And when I build it up, bonus stat, I care about the bonus stat to go, because once I get to 6-star, you know, it's like, did I get this bonus stat that I wanted? No, this is like some weird mixed card. Like, okay, like, yeah, it's not bad, but it's just sort of mixed. Like, this isn't bad for, say, Dark Zone, when you're like fighting other people and also trying to do damage on bosses. Okay, sure, I'll wear that card for that. But that's a very niche situation. You know what I mean? And it's just like, all right, I mean, how many card sets am I gonna have for that? So build your cards up, think about it. You know, look at that bonus stat. Don't stress too much about the exclusive until you get something to 6 stars. For instance, this one, I got what I wanted in the bonus stat on this. I was done. You know, and at that point, once I got the double supervillain damage, I was like, all right, now I will roll that exclusive stat to what I got. And I hoped that it would have been higher than 3 rarity, but it is what it is. If I got the bonus stat, I'm done. Walking away, done for the day. So these are some of the things that I'm currently working on. Super high level stuff. I just wanted to share it with you guys. Again, cores stink. You know, just trying to get those things grinded. Ugh. You know, I think I've got 1 6-star. I hope they lighten that up some. You know, specialization. I'm not doing any specialization right now. Save your specialization once you get to about the 6th level. After that, I would wait a little bit until we see what direction we're going to go with that aspect of the game. So anyway, I'm going to stop blabbering on. That's what I got. Share with me what you think I should also be working on. Share with me what you're working on. But again, the biggest thing I'm trying to do right now, have some fun. Look at some pretty scenery, right? Have some good times in game. What's going on out there? Marvel Future Revolution, I'm enjoying it still. So that's what I got. Hammer down like buttons, click notification bells, check the Discord link in the description below. I put it in a different order. Can I remember what the last thing was? Notification bell? Subscribe. All right, till next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.